Started now. See?
I see.
So now the stream started.
I see.
But the stream started.
I see.
We started
I
the stream.
see. I see.
Okay.
I wish you had the face cam so you guys.
Yeah, I don't know why my camera's not working. Bye! Oh, here comes the other one! Bye! Yeah, I love how there's invisible walls on the outside there. But there's not here. Hi! You just passed here. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. We're back at it again. Turning wrenches. Making a nuisance of ourselves. I have no idea where we were at here. I think last time we had just done some calls. I don't think we had anything pending or waiting. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we got everything put away. Yeah. So, let's go to our garage. Well, our parking structure. And let's see, we got the Roadrunner, the DeLorean. What was this guy? Oh, did we ever finish this? I'm not sure. Let's move this to the
Can I look at the DeLorean?
garage. Why, we're not ready to go back in time. Ah, excuse me. That was a big burp. I need to fix something here. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, we didn't fix this one because it's got bad tires and stuff. All right, what do we do, kids? What's the first thing we do? Engine needs to be complete before completing operation. Those tires are shot. 32 on that one. Wow, yeah, those tires are shot. And the rims don't help much either. I don't think we can get a compression or a fuel test out of it because the engine's not complete. But just looking at the engine, we can clearly see it needs a lot of work. So,
Maybe you need to buy
maybe I need to what?
Maybe you need to buy a completely new engine.
Oh, we're going to rebuild this engine, buddy. You can guarantee that. Alright, so at least I've gone through and collected this data. I think this is one that we got in one of the barns, I seem to think. So, alright. Let's pull this guy into the garage here. And let's get her up on the hoist. Hoist it! I don't think this... I think an oil pan. Sorry for the yawning. It's been a long day for me. Alright. Let's slide the oil drain plug in. Oil drain plug. Let's slide the oil drainer thing here. That wasn't much oil. Okay. We've got to remove this. What? It's because I've got to remove that first before I can remove this, isn't it? Okay. Let's get started on these wheels and get that transmission and stuff removed first. We'll get all the bottom end work done before we have to raise and lower again. Alright, we'll yoink this out. Yoink! Whoosh! Over to this side. Oh, yeah, this rim's gone. I I don't even think we can repair that rim. That rim is just nasty. That axle shaft is cooked too. It's clearly not accessible from the engine bay. I can access it just from here. Alright, well, I guess we're bringing her down now. Yeah, some of these smaller cars, for some reason, are just like that. I don't get why the developers decided that would be the right course of action.
Holy crap, that's a lot of screws.
It's a manifold. There's usually a lot of bolts holding the manifold on because it's got to deal with a lot of external pressure. Yo, heave ho. Yoink! Alright.
Hey, Dad, that
Yes?
looks like the same I disappears.
Looks like I say what?
That looks like it's the same mechanics when you harvest something in Ark. It just,
It just disappears.
yeah, it just materializes. And
Well, son, on video games, that's usually the...
I'm gone.
Oh, that's right, I didn't remove the transmission. Yeah, it's usually the easiest way to just have something be taken away is to just have it dissolve. See, this is why having so many little steps.
Why is the gear shaft bolted in place? Whatever you just.
You mean the transmission?
Yeah.
Because it has to be bolted to the engine so that it can transfer the power from the engine to the wheels.
So is this a front wheel drive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yoink! Go back home. Okay. We're going to go ahead and yoink you. We're going to yoink you. We're going to yoink you. Because I've got to replace all these anyway, because the majority of them are bad and or defective. Let's see, pull that, pull you, pull you, pull you, pull you. Yay, we get rid of this radiators. Get rid of this Abyss pump. Because who needs an Abyss pump?
Exactly. Who needs that?
Right, who needs it? Who needs it?
Actually, what does the Abyss pump?
That is ABS.
What does the ABS pump do?
Anti-lock braking system. It prevents the wheels from actually locking up and causing a skid. Because when you are skidding down the highway, you have no traction and you actually stop slower. Where with the ABS system, if it can keep traction on the wheels, you stop faster. It also allows the driver to maintain control of the vehicle better. Because once those wheels lose traction, you can sit there and spin that wheel all sorts of directions, and the car just keeps going one direction. It's pretty cool. That's why drifting works so well.
Because the ABS system.
Well, because you get the rear brakes to kind of lock up, and you put the car into a hard skid, and you're literally just sliding across the ground.
And then your butt is eventually.
Right. Eventually, it'll straighten out. If you have the right control, you can get it to straighten out.
But if you're not an expert drifter, you'll just rear end that thing.
Yep, you can spin it around in circles really quick.
And you can, like,
Yep. It does happen.
And you could get seriously hurt and or die.
Right. It's the and or dying part that gets most people.
I know all this and I'm just a kid.
Yes. Because you listen to me. The guy who knows absolutely nothing about cars.
You know a lot about cars, oh you.
I know that there's a place to put gas, and I know that there's a place to put oil, and like where to put my butt when I get in to drive it. And I might know whether or not it takes a key, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the extent of my car knowledge.
Well then how do you know what the ABS system does?
What? I don't know anything about the ABS system.
You just talked about
No, you're thinking of some other guy. Did you go take that decongestant like I told you to take?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I can just hear that one viewer laughing in the background.
Yoink! Take this whole car apart. I need to do the other side. Break on through to the other side.
Is that the shock?
That is the rear shock absorber, yes. You know what that does?
It absorbs shock.
It absorbs shock and pressure. So as the suspension moves up and down, it has a gas inside that helps dampen the movement so that you don't get the springs bouncing the tire and blah, 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 blah.
If you had your face cam on, this would be a lot easier to explain.
No, I think people understand what I'm doing when I go blah, 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 blah. Hey, you gonna go get me my pudding now? He's gonna go get my pudding. I've got some vanilla pudding. It might be chocolate pudding. I don't know what kind of pudding they made, but they just said they had pudding. And now I want some pudding. I was thinking about making a banana cream pie yesterday, but my wife was saying we should make some lemon meringue, but I don't think we have any lemon. I think we're all out of lemon. Because lemon meringue's kind of the wife's thing, right? She likes the meringues. I just like pie. It don't matter whether it's lemon or not. If it's pie, I'm all for it. I will eat pie for days. I actually had one summer where a lot of my neighbors needed work done on their car, and I charged them a whole cheesecake to do the work on their car. I had cheesecake for months. Yeah, that was the summer of cheesecake. It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that. Good times, good times. Alright, yoink you.
Is this enough, my master?
Oh, I guess that'll be enough. I don't remember if this thing had a battery. Nope. I don't remember pulling one, but sometimes. What? He just took my pudding from me. You just took my pudding from me! guess we got all the tires. Let's look at the condition of the tires here. Let's sort by condition. That one's a 49. I mean, that's not. That would make a good spare tire if it were me. I'd probably save that for a spare. But these others, I mean, we're down to 32%, 32%. Yeah. That's 34%. Yeah, these other tires are pretty much gone. And those rims. Oh, we had that one rim. Yeah, that's not repairable. None of that's repairable. This stuff here I can repair. Well, a fair chunk of it, not all of it, but so it looks like we're gonna need 2 classic rims. All right, let's get this engine on the engine stand. Doop, 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 bang. All right, let's see what parts we have on hand before we go stampeding off to. Ooh, we got a rubber bushing. That'll come in handy. And we got a fuel pump. That'll come in handy.
What does the rubber bushing have?
The rubber bushing is isolator. It allows you to put a bolt through something and isolate the vibrations of the chassis from the item that you're attaching. Okay. It provides a smoother ride. This is good pudding. Let's see here. I think I need some front drive axles because I think we had one that was bad, right? Oh, I gotta sort all this again. I don't know why it never retains the sort. Oh, that's a drive axle C. I don't think I have a drive axle C. Yeah, there's a rear drive axle. I don't think the starter was in bad enough shape to... Yeah, we can repair that starter, so we don't have to pull any of the starters from over here. I don't see any... pistons or anything that I've got stocked.
Hey Dad, why don't you repair all of your other starters that you have?
I'm gonna repair all the parts I can repair first, and then the parts I can't repair, I'm gonna purchase.
Okay.
I was just checking my warehouse to see what I already had, so I don't have to spend all the extra money. Because who wants to spend money?
Yeah. Even though you got
$34,000. I guess I could reuse some of these things. They're not 100%, but I mean 70's pretty good. Better than what's in there. It's not a customer's car, so it's not like I have to have a threshold. I guess it wouldn't be too bad. We could save us some money by going with these plugs and so we got those. I mean, technically we have these pistons here we could toss in there too. We set those up with some fresh rings. I don't think there's anything else that we need. Okay, so something just clicked. Why did something click? Because I moved a spark plug over. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Jeez, why is this thing... You know what? Let's get these rotors done first. Let's go ahead and get this thing torn down so that we can repair all the parts off this when we need to.
I'm having the leftover.
You're having something, son. Big swift kick in the pants is what you're having. Yep. Then this way, I know I won't have to buy rotors for this thing. Because I usually always seem to forget to turn the rotors before I purchase all my stuff, and I end up buying rotors and go, oh yeah, I can turn these old rotors, and yeah. Ooh, that one was 46%. That one's 22.
That other one was 12.
That one's 55. That one's 29. That one's 58. So the ones I have that are 70 are in much better shape. Still usable.
I saw a couple things that were at 12% health.
Yes. And those we probably won't be able to repair anyway because they're too low on the repair scale. On the reparo scale. Alright, that throttle body is cooked. We'll have to get a new throttle body. I don't think I had a throttle body there for this thing. I don't remember seeing one. Yoink! Yoink!
Hey, Dad.
What?
I can specialize into editing so I can edit your Twitch videos.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe you should learn how to edit videos and then edit my Twitch videos. That would be a good thing for you to learn.
Because then I could do the thing like Dungeons does and he shows a couple things later in the video.
You could do that.
Like for Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator,
I can show you
epic
some.
battles.
I can show you some tips and tricks for editing videos. Because I know how to do all that, son. That's what I learned in high school.
Oh, cool.
That was part of my multimedia class back in high school.
Okay. So you can self-teach me on how to edit videos.
I can teach you. I've told you I could teach you how to edit videos several times. See, here's what I don't understand about these bolts. This whole thing here lives in oil. How would that be seized up? I mean, seriously, how would that be seized up?
Actually, I think that'd come out pretty fast.
These usually, you shouldn't have any problem taking these bottom ends apart because they're so covered in oil and everything. It's usually you just crack the tension loose on them and they all come out very easily.
Like to the point where you could pull it out with no damage.
Yeah. The majority of the time. I mean, sometimes you get some stubborn engines, especially if the engine is sat outside. But we know this engine hasn't sat outside that much because it was installed in a vehicle. So, did I pull that? I did pull it. Okay. Let's see how many of these parts I save. And how many go to the great beyond.
But we don't talk about the ones that go to the great beyond.
What? Why don't we talk about the ones that go to the great beyond?
Because they're fail. They're doomed for the rest of their days.
What? Are you saying they're dead parts?
No.
You say they all go to Silicon Heaven?
No. I'm just saying we don't talk about the ones that go to the great beyond.
Oh, okay. Apparently we don't talk about the things that go to the great beyond. Missed!
How could you miss repairing a part?
Well, that's the thing, right? This gives you a possibility of repairing it or not repairing it. Because sometimes you start repairing a part and discover, oh crap, and the whole thing just deteriorates on you and is no longer repairable. And that's kind of what this simulates, but not really. So, And like one misclick, see how close I was there?
Yeah.
Would ruin that whole part.
That was a lot of red.
Yeah. The worse off the part is, the more red there is. But we can't repair anything that's below, I think it's like 15%. If it's below 15%, it's pretty much cooked. So you can see how that one there's 15%?
Yeah.
And then we go boop.
Okay, so that's 15%. I'm gonna see how many reds
There will be a lot of reds on that. We may not be able to save that one. This one's 17. Ha ha ha.
that. Oh, that's missing 15.
Ha ha ha. Wah ha wah wah wah. Woo ha 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 ha. It also makes them harder to repair too. You usually have to do more steps to repair it. I have not failed on a single part yet. Not saying it's not going to happen, but... We're actually rejuvenating a lot of parts. This is good. This is really, really good. Because...
It's the head of the engine.
Yep, that is called the valve train. Or the top end, or just the head.
Or just the engine head.
That is what does all the opening and closing to allow the exhaust and the fuel into the engine.
Hey, Dad.
What?
You know what?
That you got a stinky butt?
No. You're an engine head.
I'm an engine head? What?
Get it? You know a lot about car parts.
We don't call those people engine heads.
Okay, who do they call them then?
Crankheads.
As you barely put in the crankshaft.
Yep. Put our journals in first. And then you check your thrash on each end. Make sure it doesn't move a lot. Oh, I need to get rings for the piston.
Can you not repair the rings?
No. One, two, three, 4. 75. Boom. 75. Boom. 74. Boom. 73. Boom.
It feels like we're going down in parts now.
Yeah, because it starts off with the highest quality and then works your way down. Fresh rings. This thing should seal up nice and tight. Just had the block reconditioned. No! Okay, we can't put that on. That's a bad oil pan. Bad, evil, naughty oil pan. Alright, what else can we put on here?
Can you not repair oil pans?
Well, the oil pan was below the 15% threshold, son.
Oh. So you can repair it, it was just too damaged.
Right, it was below the threshold.
Why does it put you here and not let you move it?
Because I've got to do this. Alright. So we need to add that, add this.
Why, thank you, Stewie.
We need to add some crankshafts. We can install the fuel rail. Yeah. We can install the upper intake plenum.
Which is the upper exhaust.
Well, no, this is the intake plenum. This is where the air comes in. Okay, so that's bad. So we're going to have to order one of those.
Was it 13 below the repair thing?
And yes. think we've got a good fuel filter. Oh, I thought we had a fuel filter. Oh, no, it was a fuel pump we got. That's right. That's right. Okay. Let's go back in here and let's sort our parts again. Condition. And we are going to need... Okay, that stuff's going to go. We're going to need a... Oh, we don't want to sell the shock absorber. We want to add that. That's good. We need to add that. This. Bushing, fuse. Bushing. This seals up the bearing area on the wheel. Got the rings. Got the coil.
Why are you putting multiple rubber bushings on your shock?
Because that'll give me my count when I go to order them. Oh, don't need that spark plug.
Okay. So that when you go to shop,
Right.
you
Oh,
count how many.
right. I'll show you here in a second.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
I'll be right here. I added another piston. I don't need any pistons. I only need my big grill. Alright, so we got all those. Probably missed one or two parts, because generally when I have a big batch like that, I miss one or two parts. But I think we got the majority of it, and I know that there's a few loose ends that we're going to have to get. I seem to think we're going to have to get a coil, maybe some wires. No, this has built-in coils. So we shouldn't need those.
Okay, now I'm not standing.
I could probably install those spark plugs, huh?
Uh-huh. Because spark plugs are important. They're also dangerous.
What do you mean spark plugs aren't important?
They are
Spark plugs are the single most important part of the whole engine.
I said that they are important.
What do you mean they're not important?
I
You
said
keep talking how not important they are.
they are.
What are you, a pirate now?
They are.
Arr.
They are important.
They are. See, you're a pirate. All right, how many camshafts do we need? One or two?
Two.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
All right. How many throttle bodies do we need?
Three.
3? No, we only need one. How many fuel filters do we need?
One.
1? How many shock absorbers?
Two.
You need 2 of those? Okay. See the number here? How many wheel hubs?
2.
All right, so we get 2. Now, some of them I did double up on, so the numbers may not be 100% accurate. How many sway bar end links?
2.
2? How many rubber bushings?
16.
I think you're right. I think it is 16. 16! Alright, how many... Oh, we can't do medium fuses yet. How many cam gears?
2.
How many crankshaft pulleys?
1.
How many belt of the serpentine?
1.
Serpentine, come on in. A serpentine, come on in. We'll order one of those too, because I think we're going to probably need one. Don't need the tires. Do we need a rear muffler?
Uh-huh.
Alright, we'll get a rear muffler.
Not going.
Blah! So it doesn't sound like our neighbor car going down.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like a freaking dying.
Over revved lawnmower.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like an over.
How many fuel tanks do you think we're going to need? 5?
1, 5.
You don't think
6,
we need 5 fuel tanks for this car?
1.
How many front springs do you think we'll need?
2.
2?
Uh-huh.
Alright, don't need those fuses yet. Okay. How many rear springs do you think we'll need?
2.
Yeah. What about a clutch release bearing?
1.
We'll need one of those. What about small rubber bushings?
5.
Think we'll need 5?
Uh-huh.
I think we're going to need 6. 5 seems like an odd number. Don't need the spark plugs because we got the spark plugs. Need the flywheel.
1 flywheel.
Oh,
What
yeah.
does the flywheel do?
So the flywheel is what mounts the clutch so that you can have a surface to connect and disconnect the transmission. So you can take
Okay.
the power away from the transmission, but the engine still turns.
Okay. So that when you're stopped, it doesn't go ting,
Ugh.
ting, ting, ting.
Right. Otherwise, it'd keep pushing you down the road if you still had it engaged. I didn't see how many of those we needed. Oh my gosh, and I went too far out. Idler roller, we need 2. Okay, so we come in here, get 2 idler rollers. Probably need, I think, 1 extra. Sneeze snuck up on me.
Why do you cover your mic?
So I don't spit all over my mic.
Okay. But your mic is nowhere near your mouth.
But it's still pressure plate.
What does the clutch pressure plate do?
Air filter base. Okay, we
What
need
is the
that.
clutch pressure
We need
plate?
air filter cover. I need that there, yes. And we need air filter cover. Really? How about air filter housing? Really? Okay, you're fired. Yeah, look, air filter cover. Why did it not pull it? Because I didn't have it capitalized? Is that why? Sometimes this game really drives me nuts. Okay. Air filter base. Okay, so middle muffler, we need that.
Hey Dad, do you know what my least favorite button on a keyboard is?
The F key.
No. This one.
The caps lock.
Yeah.
Oh, when you get older, the cap locks can be your best friend, buddy. Trust me.
Do you know why it's my least favorite right now?
Because you tap it and it screws everything up.
Yeah.
Front shock absorber. Out of tie rod. Front steering knuckle.
What does the steering knuckle do?
So what the steering knuckle is that's what turns the wheels.
Okay.
Because you got the tie rod that plugs into it. You have your upper and lower ball joints and control arms. And that's where the strut will sit to help absorb all the shock. And that's basically the housing for your brakes and the wheel bearing and everything else as it goes down the road. That can come out as one big huge assembly. It's kind of cool. But this game only has like 1 or 2 real housing things that you can go with. I think I have one of those. I'm not going to order that one yet.
Is it the same for a forklift? Because I know that it turns from its rear wheels.
Yeah, that's a type of housing. Yeah. Engine. Oh, that's a single overhead. This is a dual overhead. I guess I don't have one for the dual overhead. So we need to order that. Engine head cover, front axles. How many of those do we need? 2?
2.
1 for each side?
Mm-hmm.
Front drive shaft. You know what? We probably didn't need 2. We probably only needed 1, but
What about our
It doesn't have it's not a all-wheel drive.
Okay.
Okay, so everything else we have here, we can get in different sections. So if we go in here, let's go to electronics, and we want our cover for this. We need an ABS module because that's missing. I think we need the ECU type A because that's missing. And we need 2 medium fuses. Yes, 1, 2. Let's get 4 of those because I think this panel requires 4 of those. And we need a medium fuse. I think this requires 2 for that one. Relays, we need 3 of those. 1, 2, 3.
What does the relay do?
So a relay acts like a switch in an electrical system, so it clicks things on and off. Relay type C. And I don't think we had anything else in here that we needed. Oh, battery. Yes, we do need a battery because this thing was missing a battery. Anything else? I think that's it.
So, what do the fuses do with the battery?
The fuse protects a circuit so the circuit doesn't overload and catch on fire. I just bought a 12-inch stinking rim. I needed a 17-inch. That's what happens when you get click happy, guys. Alright, so we need 205, 45, 17. So that seems like a real low profile tire. 17, 205, 45. Yeah, that's a pretty low profile. We need 4 of those.
What does low profile mean?
It's how much rubber is on the tire between the tire and the rim, or between the ground and the rim.
Okay.
You look at my tires and how much rubber's on the side of those things. A whole lot. You look at Adia's tires and how much rubber is between the tire and the... Yeah, it's very little. That's considered a low profile tire.
That's because you have a big truck.
Yeah,
Adia has a
part of it's a big truck, but having that rubber also helps give you less road noise.
I was gonna say more towing capacity.
Well, it does help carry weight too. Look.
Did you grow up with The Simpsons?
Yes. I was in my early teens when The Simpsons first came on the scene, but yeah, I've pretty much known The Simpsons my whole life, the majority of my life. There were not too many years without The Simpsons.
Do you know what time The Simpsons turned on?
Well, originally they were on Thursday night, and then they moved them to Sunday night, and they came on every Sunday night at 8 p.m.
Okay. When they were on Thursdays, what? Or their original?
On Thursdays it was 7.
Okay. 7 p.m. or 7 a.m.?
p.m.
Okay.
I guess we only needed one of those idlers. What a shame, what a shame. Okay.
Like you said, you might have.
Yeah, I have extra parts for later.
Yeah. In case you get the exact same car. But what are the odds of that happening?
In this game, getting the same car is pretty common.
Oh.
Alright, that engine is complete.
So
Yoink!
So
Oh, you know what we need to do before we start assembling that thing?
What?
We need to assemble parts. And put tires together.
Yes. How long does that usually take in real life?
Well, depends. If you have all the parts together, it usually takes about 15 minutes. Because you got to be real careful with that spring compressor, because those springs can go twang.
And it can shoot right through your heart.
Yep, they can hurt you pretty bad. What do you mean I don't have the nest? Oh, because that's probably that 12-inch rim. Yeah, that's why.
How long would this usually take in real life?
Depends on the tire, but you can usually swap tires in and out in about 20 minutes. Thanks for pointing that out.
And that was a low durability.
Yeah, you could usually do about a tire every 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe faster if you got a really good machine. Hit that 12-incher again. But to dismount, get the new tires, and remount it takes about 10 to 15 minutes per tire.
Okay. And the balancer?
Probably about the same. You could put a whole set of tires on a car in under an hour.
I wish this game didn't do the things individually. It just showed you all of the unbalanced spots at the same time.
Well, you got to do each tire individually. You can't do all the tires at once.
No, what I mean by just balance the tires out. Never mind.
Balance the tires out with what?
Never mind.
With what?
Okay, so you know how when there's an unbalanced spot in this game,
Uh-huh.
it appears green?
Right.
What if it did that, just not individually?
Well, that's kind of how it is on the tire balancer, though, because you'd rotate it around, and it would show you where you put the weights. That green spot shows you where you need to put the weights to balance the tire.
Where's the wire connecting to the engine?
They don't have any wiring in this game. I've asked myself that question many, many times about this game. I mean, it's a real-life simulator.
But where's the freaking wires to connect to the freaking engine?
Exactly. Where are they? This is a real-life simulator, son. They should be there. Not to mention all the hoses for the brakes. Okay, see how that bearing's there? You've got this cap here to keep the dust out of it. And we need to go here. And we go yoink. Put our rear shock absorber in there.
Like, okay, game. If the hose is undamaged, great. Don't show us the.
I knew we missed a part.
What does the sway bar do?
The sway bar helps stabilize the back of the vehicle. Rear. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Rear sway. I think I need the sway bar B, but I'm going to check just to be sure. Front sway bar, rear sway bar A. Oh, good thing I checked, because I said we needed sway bar B, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
And I would have been wrong for once in my life.
Yep.
Okay.
What do the sway bars do again?
See, I told you I'd miss a part, guys. The sway bars help stabilize the vehicle. It helps keep the body from rolling.
That's the name, the sway bar.
Right. And you know when one of those things is broken or bad because that body will lean really hard.
Like to the point where the... Let me show you when you get out of this mode. To the point where one side is literally touching the ground and you're sparking.
To the point to where you could literally put the front fender on the ground, yes. What? No. We bought extra rubber bushings. Small. I think we bought 4 of those things. I don't think we've used them all yet, have we? Well, we must have because it said one was misting.
Maybe it missed it away.
Yeah, something wasn't right.
I think you missed a bushing.
Well, I think, yeah, I think I may have... I know I grabbed like 1 or 2 out of the thing, but I think I actually needed 6, and I only had 5.
No, you came out with 16 in all.
No, that was for the rubber bushings, not the small rubber bushings.
What was that other part that you put with the brake?
Oh, that was the piston. So there's the piston and the brake caliper. The fluid pushes on the piston to squeeze the pads together. And the pads have a friction material on them that make contact with the metal, and that helps slow the vehicle safely and quietly.
So that you're not hearing that.
So you're not hearing a grinder.
And when you hear that, you know your brake is bad.
Yes. If you hear any kind of grinding, your brakes are long past repair. You definitely took them way too long. This is why I take a lot of time and look at the brakes on my truck and on Mom's car to see how worn they are, so I know, oh look, those are down into the wear indicator of the pads. We need new pads. Because if you look at the pads, they'll have like a little groove in the center. And if you can't see that groove in the center, the pads are worn out.
Okay. How much are the pads?
Well, depends on the car. They can go anywhere from $25 all the way up to $75.
That's not very much money.
$75 is a lot of money, son.
Okay. That's like 75 toys from the dollar store.
Exactly. That is 75 toys from the dollar store.
That's a lot of toys.
That is 75 pirate hats.
That way I could have 75 Pirate Arthurs.
What?
We could rule the world.
Pirate Arthur?
How many downloads does Red Dead have now?
A lot. Alright.
I bet if I went to a Halloween party, Red Dead themed, and I went dressed as Arthur, everyone would crowd me.
Yup.
And say, is that Arthur?
Assuming they knew who Arthur was. What crack in the middle?
That giant.
Oh, you mean why is it cut out like that?
Yeah.
Well, let's put this together and then maybe you can figure it out. So what fits in that crack in the middle?
Oh.
The brake caliper, right?
But why is that back thing there?
That is a dust cover. That keeps things from coming up and scratching up the back side of the wheel. Because on this side, you have the actual tire.
So it's already protected.
Mostly, yes.
It's almost like a turtle.
Turtle.
If you turn it over, it's vulnerable, but when it's right side up, it protects it.
Right.
This is, guys, by the way, this is all stuff that I'm putting this in this information in my brain and making it understandable for me, because I'm not that. My brain.
Are you saying you're not that smart?
Yes.
What?
I'm still too young to understand all this stuff, so I put it in a more simpler.
I think you're just making it up as you go along now. Because the last time I checked, you were pretty smart.
Well, I mean, I am making circuits on science.
Housing. I think this is going to take radiator housing B. Because it is a small little engine. Go there. And plop you in.
What are the... Oh, those
Because those are the pistons we put in, remember? And the spark plugs? Because they were used.
There's just a wall of green text and then a couple yellows.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I needed to put that in. Which I can do now that I've got the majority of the engine in, but... Because I couldn't put those in without the engine. I probably could have dropped the transmission in while I had it down on the ground.
Why do you have to take the transmission out before you take the engine out?
Because it makes it easier to lift the engine out. You can pull the motor and transmission out together. Like I said, this game has a problem with assemblies. And yes, you can pull the motor and transmission out, but it's a lot easier to pull the transmission out or pull the motor out if the transmission is already gone.
Okay.
We don't have a brake servo.
What does the brake servo do?
Well, the brake servo is what, when you press on the brakes, it helps enhance your braking power. Otherwise, you've got to use a lot of foot to stop the car.
Me trying to stop without a brake survey.
Yep. Nope, I've driven vehicles that just have manual brakes and no power brake booster, and you've got to use a lot of pedal. Alright, I think we are ready to go down below.
Yay!
Let's add fluid.
Could we test it out?
We don't have a transmission in it yet, son.
I know, but...
The engine's not back together yet, son.
I know, but can we still test it out?
What do you mean test it out? I don't understand what you're saying.
Go to the track and see how it...
Yeah, we gotta put it together first.
The liquid doesn't even touch the...
Doesn't even touch the what?
Doesn't even touch the bottom before it even starts filling up.
Right. What are we missing here? Oh, I missed that relay. See, I knew we needed an extra one of those. Brake servo. What? I thought I bought one of those. You haven't bought a brake servo yet. A brake servo yet. Now we get to add the brake fluid and ignore the brake bleeding process.
The brake bleeding?
Yep.
What is that?
That is where you get all of the air out of the braking system so you can stop. Because air in a braking system is bad.
Why is my brake servo not working?
This needed a radiator fan housing A, and I bought radiator fan housing B because that's what I thought this motor took. See,
You
I
always
am a
want to
doofus.
choose B.
I am a doofus.
You always want to choose B. Why do you always want to choose B?
Because on these smaller cars, it usually is the B stuff.
And the A is for the really giant cars.
Right. Yep, pretty much. Front axle C. It makes me look at the.
Why did they invent front-wheel drive cars?
What is what?
Why did they invent front-wheel drive cars?
Because they're more efficient.
How?
Well, number one, you can control yourself better. Instead of having power come out the back wheels, it comes out the front wheels. So it prevents under and oversteer. Well, I shouldn't say prevent. It greatly reduces the ability for under and oversteer. Two, it allows for a more compact hood line so that the vehicle can be more aerodynamic. Because look at how big the front grille of my truck is.
Yeah, that's a pretty big
Grill, yes.
What if we find a car that's called a Cetra, but it's actually a Lamborghini in real life?
Well, that would be plain silly.
In this game.
Alright. I think we got everything. Let's see here. 82 to 89. Frame is 75. Interior 69.
Let's look at the interior and see what makes it 69.
Oh, we're at 9 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, I gotta find out why our body and our frame. Well, I know why the frame. I just need to tighten up the frame a bit. But.
What is going on with your graphics?
Huh? It's just looking at the ground there. We need to come in here and we need to add oil because we haven't added oil yet.
And last time we saw oil, there was a tiny little bit of fluid.
Alright, now we can sell all the many parts we didn't use. And since all of these are under 70%, we are just going to sell them all. Up to 80%. Boom. There. Alright, we can go put these back in our inventory.
In case we run into some...
Just so we have them, because they're parts we overbought on. That's electronic. So that comes down here into warehouse 4. Okay. You. Go. Here. You. Fix. This helps me repair the frame. See, now if we go in here and we look at our car status, our frame's at 100%.
But why is the body and parts 98%?
Well, because we have those pistons and spark plugs that are below 100. They're 75, right? And the body, because we haven't replaced or repaired all of the body parts yet.
Okay.
See how those are coming up 84 and 95? I mean, they're still in really great shape, right? But we can make them slightly better. Those tail lights, well, that one's 73. That's still good enough. And that one's really good. These are all in good shape. And even changing the license plate makes a difference on this thing because the license plate counts towards the body structure, which I think is stupid. Because the license plate does absolutely nothing for the body structure of the vehicle.
All it does is it adds just a tiny little piece of...
Yeah, but it doesn't even support the structure at all.
Yeah. Like, what the deuce, game?
I've actually sent several messages to the developers of this game about that, saying I think it's ridiculous that the license plates even have any body value to it because they are a non-structure item and are changed out so easily that the condition of the license plate should have no bearing on the vehicle whatsoever. They just widely ignore those.
But wouldn't it be funny that if they texted back?
It would be interesting. I mean, I've been sending that report to them since Car Mechanic 2015, so I think at this point they're pretty much just ignoring it.
Okay.
Or they don't want to have to alter the code to make such a silly change. That's probably the most of it, is it would change... Well, no, it would probably alter a lot of the code in order for them to make that change, so they just ignore it.
Okay. I don't know what got this popped into my mind. What if they say, but it's screwed in?
Yeah, I mean, it's a part mounted on the vehicle, but it doesn't offer any... Alright, let's see what our body's up to now. Look, 91.
Yeah!
Alright, now, let's go ahead and send this over to our alignment rack.
Wait, what about that giant gray stripe?
We'll take care of that. With the paint on it's really good. We don't even have to send it over for paint. We just got to send it to get the alignment done on it.
So they want the gray stripe there?
Yeah, makes the car look cool. Don't you think it makes the car look cool? You're not hip on it, huh?
All right. Looks like a blue... It literally just looks like a blue stripe. It's not even in the middle of the...
Well, yeah, it's not supposed to be.
Most of the car is blue. So what makes the car cool about the gray stripe?
It makes it look fast. It makes it look sporty.
Honestly, I just put fire decals on it to make it look fast and sporty.
Fire details.
Fire decals.
Let's see how close to the 131 horsepower we got. It'll be a little low because we have those weak plugs and pistons. I'm figuring it's going to probably come out to be about 120. Actually, 129, better than I thought. We're only 2 horsepower short from factory. I'm going to call that a good repair. We saved money with the pistons. We saved money with the spark plugs. Wasn't a lot of money, but we saved money. The car is in good shape. We need to work on that interior, though. That interior is... You know what? We should probably send it over to the detail center first and see if we can improve the interior just through some detailing. So, our interior is at 69%. So, let's come over here. Auto detail. Whoosh, whoo, cleaning the inside. What is it now? Still 69, so it made no improvement. Okay. I didn't want to do that.
Now you can actually get now you can actually get into the inside and
I could get into the inside anyway. Watch this.
oh.
Remove. Interior disassembly. Let's see here. Probably this seat here's the bad one. No, actually, that's the good one. That's a good one. Is it our steering wheel that's the problem? Yes, our steering wheel's the problem. It's 64% worn out. Alright, so let's go ahead and interior, and we're going to put our 97 seat here.
Back seats?
Oh, maybe I should add that bench on there. That could also be our low score there, too, huh? Because we're missing that seat. Interior. Steering wheel. Mounting parts. Here we go. Oh, come on. Why does it jump like that? I don't get it.
I think the game's like, well, you're done. Okay.
Right? See, now look, I can't get out of it. There we go. Let's see what our interior's at now. Look at that, 97%.
Yeah.
And our values come up even more. This was 18, it's now 20.
Amazing what interior jobs can do.
That is almost a brand new car. Look at that. Body 91%, parts 98%. I mean, we could get this body part up even higher if we replace some of these windows that were low, right? Because some of those were in the 70s.
Yeah.
See, if we go into our list here of
Let's get our value up more.
see, here's our list of parts, right? If we come down here, there's our spark plugs and our coils and our pistons, right? And if we come in here, here's our trunk. Let's see, this windshield could go, this window could go because they're below 80, and all these could go. Maybe we should. Should we replace all those parts?
Yeah.
You think 70's a little too low?
60's definitely too.
Alright, so we need the windshield, the rear window, right body window, left body window, right tail light, front window, and license plate. So, we need this guy, we need this guy, we need this guy, this tail light, we need this guy. Actually, that window was fine, that's 95%. So we'll put him back. We need this guy. Actually, that's 97%. We can put him back. And we need this guy. Oh, that's 92. We can put him back.
Not the windshield.
Uh,
Check out the windshield.
I think one of these headlights was low. 85 is still good. Oh, it was the license plate, wasn't it? Yeah, we got a license plate.
Rear license plate. It
Was it the rear one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll get a new license plate. So we'll come in here. We'll go plates. Where's our generic plate? Generic plate. Boom. Okay. We'll go here. We'll go body. Did I not? We need you. you, and you. I mean, those are still in fairly good condition, but
we need to get this.
you want it to look super nice.
Yeah, I want it to be brand spanking new.
You want it to look good enough that if a person wanted to buy it, they'd say, oh, it's a brand new car!
Yeah. Of course, the person will get it all dirty again. But
Body window? Oh, see, I knew there were a couple of pieces of glass we were missing.
What is that window called normally?
Well, it is. It's just a little body window. Right body window. Left body window. Some of those you could, back on the older cars, you could kick those things open like this, and it would channel air into the cab.
Yeah, someone actually showed me that on YouTube.
Yeah, we have that on the convertible.
Wait, Elijah's convertible?
Huh?
Elijah's convertible that we worked on?
No, my 880.
I don't know where your 880 is.
It's still back in Utah, son.
I want to get your 880.
Me too. I want to get it out here.
The weather's nice out here.
All right. I think it's time to sell this car. What do you think? Or do you want to take this for a drive, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take it for a drive. Do you want to do the racetrack or do you want to do the speed track?
Racetrack.
Racetrack. Okay. Ah, we need to add power steering. I thought we got all the fluids.
What's so important about power steering?
Well, without power steering, you can't turn the wheel.
Okay.
All right. Racetrack. Here we go. Here, why don't you run this to the kitchen real quick? When you get back, I'll be done racing.
But I want to watch you.
I know. I'll wait for you. Hurry, go, go, hurry, 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 hurry. Up, I've started. Oh, look at that horsepower. Oh, look at it. My gosh, the speed of this thing. My goodness. So fast it's sucking my eyeballs back into my skull. Remember, I'm playing on a keyboard, so I'm not very good at playing on the keyboard. Oh, geez, no turning. That was a hairpin turn. Coming into the home stretch. Oh, yeah, that's another hairpin turn there. I can't hear anything you're saying, son.
What if there was something
Oh, I think I can get an F1 mod for this thing. Sheesh.
What if you bring it out with full performance stuff?
Man, have we come back around to the starting point yet? There we go.
You have to do all 3 laps.
What?
You have to do all 3 laps.
I don't have to do all 3 laps. That's just my most recent time versus my current time versus best time.
It's like
Yes, oldest versus youngest versus whatever. We've got a high-speed turn coming up. I should. A little bit better time on this one, huh? You know, if you do this enough, you get to know the track to where it's just blip, 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 and you're doing really killer times.
What were you doing 1 second?
1 second time? That's impossible.
Not if you have a fast enough car.
Even with a fast enough car, 1 second time is impossible, son.
What if you just start, go past the finish line, stop, pause the game, go into spectator mode, lift the car up, put it back into the final.
You didn't complete the lap.
That's how smart this game is.
Yep. Look at that. We shaved almost 10 seconds off our time. Let's see if we can shave another 10 seconds off our time.
What if you do 4 laps?
I could do infinite laps. Right? I'll have to show everybody that here in a minute. Well, I don't have my camera on, so nobody can see it right now. I gotta learn how to do that turn. I should be able to drift around that turn. Spacebar. See, like this. See? That's what I say, I gotta learn how to drift in this car.
Wait, is there a Dodge Charger Commander like?
There is a Dodge Charger in this.
Is it like?
No, actually, it's a Plymouth. It's a Plymouth Cuda. No, I think there is a Charger. I've got to look again. I seem to think there was a Charger. No, it's a Super Bee. That would be wicked cool. Like I said, that would be wicked cool. Alright, there we go. Our best lap was 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Return to garage.
Alright, now let's sell this baby.
Yeah, now let's sell it. We know it performs real well on a racetrack.
What's happening?
Hey, what's happening, Vulcan? How's it going? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I usually always start my my streams at 8 o'clock, so that's that's when you just need to be looking for me is at 8. So let's see here. So we want to sell this car. Look, we made $36,000 off this car.
Dad, what if he's in a different time zone?
We're not actually. Him and I are in the same time zone.
Oh.
Bum bum bum. Between the ads taking over everything and not notifying people. Yeah. Well, lucky for me, I don't have ads, so you shouldn't have that problem with me. Alright. Well, we completed that car. You know what? Let's go find a barn and let's
see if we can find a Mustang.
Yeah, let's see what's out there, huh? Let's check out this barn here. With Nicole. Oh, you're talking the Hurricane. I'm like, Nicole? Who the heck's Nicole? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was not even a tropical storm when it hit us. It was just like a real heavy thunderstorm. So, I mean, it didn't even hit well, it came close to Category 1 by the time it hit Florida. So, it was a wuss. At least for us. I'm not discounting the people in Florida by any means. I mean, they get their butts handed to them anytime a hurricane rolls through there, but by the time it gets up here, it's lost so much energy that they're... Hey, look, it's a mater. Should we buy a mater?
Yes, let's buy a mater.
Let's see what he wants for this thing. But yeah, by the time it gets up here to us, there's nothing left of them. Let's see.
Oh, it's a Ford F.
Wow, he only wants $1,900 for that? Really?
Let's buy it.
Oh, we should. Michigan.
It's a freaking mater. Let's buy it already.
All right. I'm not even going to inspect it. We're just going to buy this car. Put it in our garage. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, you know, I spent some time in Florida. And yeah, actually this is their Mustang lookalike. I have decided I will never go anywhere further south than Orlando, just because once you get further south, all the people out there are just nuts. What do they want for this thing? 17. We could spend 17 on that. Let's go ahead and buy that. I'm not even going to inspect these things. I'm just going to buy them. We want to place it in the garage. And he had this lump of turd back here too, but I don't think I want this thing.
Why?
It's supercharged. Just because I've built so many of these in this game, I'm kind of tired of it. I want something new and exciting. That mater was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
It was a Ford F100.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a Chevelle Nova kind of thing. So.
Please do not turn off your PC.
Because it's loading. Yeah, that would be the perfect time to have a power outage, right?
Yeah, that's when a game is.
Alright, let's go to another barn here. What are they? It looks like they got a Corvette in this one.
Ooh.
Spanish for doesn't go. Yeah. Yeah, no go. What was the other one that they had? There was Nova, and then there was wasn't Corvair like bad air or something like that? I can't remember what Corvair stood for, but How much of this thing is missing?
Not that much.
Yeah, the engine looks pretty good. It looks worn out though. A lot of it's red. That engine's baked. Oh, no, maybe it was like El Camino, because wasn't El Camino like little guy or little feller or something like that? Or I can't remember. Or like Little Lizard or something. I can't remember what Camino stood for. Oh, maybe it was just the truck or something, right? Because L is the. Quick, let's name our car something in another language so it sounds more exotic. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be an Audi style vehicle. Their version of an Audi. Okay, I think we got through all these, right? Yep, got through all that, got through all that. I don't have any of the water bottles here, so we can't do that. The exhaust is borked. Yeah, the exhaust is totally cooked, but at least the exhaust is completely there, right?
Yeah. Like, why are you driving around with a non-completed muffler?
How much did he want for this? I think he wanted like 22 or something on this, didn't he? 43, yeah, he wanted a lot for this thing. How many miles are on it? 84,000. And the engine is in that kind of condition for 84,000? Nah, get out of here. Here's their Volvo. What motor's that? Here's another burned engine. Yeah, right?
Fuse box. What about all the fuses?
I can't check the fuses unless I put my voltmeter on them, son.
Oh. Okay.
This is just a visual inspection of things.
Okay.
To where you can visually check and say, yep, it's borked.
How is that thing frickin' hanging?
Because the exhaust has hangers on it.
Uh,
Yeah. You hate Android. Why do you hate Android? What did Android do now?
Do you hate the phone Android, or do you hate the animatronic thing Android?
I don't know if I want to buy this vehicle or not. How much does he want for this? 13? Yeah, how many miles? 123? Eh. That's a lot of bad parts. Body's in fairly decent shape, but... Because it's not Linux, it's a life support system for Java. Well, I mean, it has some Linux premise to it, but yeah, I mean, you're mostly correct. It is pretty much a Java, a really super nice Java front end, right? I mean, the kernel is the only thing Linux about it is the kernel. Everything else is all just. Yeah, yeah. You might have to allow third-party installs for your tablet. Well, depending on the version of Android, though, too, that's going to make a big difference, too. Should we buy this Volvo?
Are there any other cars?
I think these were the only cars. Oh, no, there's a minivan over here. Oh, no, this is a box body Chev. Ford Bronco. What year? A 1980 Ford Bronco. 146,000 miles on it, huh? He wants 15 for it.
I kind of want to buy this car.
So are you trying to connect it network? Are you trying to connect it through USB? Or how are you trying to connect it?
This engine, by visual, it's good.
Yeah, they didn't have a nice supercharged V8 engine like this for the Broncos. This is definitely a factory after, or a transplant into this Bronco, because the 1980 Broncos were not fuel injected. They were all carbureted. Ford didn't start using fuel injection in their vehicles until the mid 80s, mid to late 80s. It's when they started having their fuel injected engines. I mean, if anything, I would expect it to be like a throttle body, but not port fuel injection like that. This is definitely not indigenous to this truck. Oh, Wi-Fi. Protocol-wise, it should connect. I would look and see what kind of protocols you're missing, because you might have. What am I missing there? Right there, that box. Sorry, I'm just trying to find parts and talk at the same time. I don't think. Well, I would get a sniffer and see what the packets are telling you, because that'll tell you right away why it's not connecting.
935.
It may not be getting the right ARP requests, but you should at the very least be able to pass Wi-Fi packets between them.
You've been streaming for an hour.
Incoming packet authentication failed. Yeah, okay, so it's not getting the right requests. Can you stop? What's gonna happen if you grab that just right? What's gonna happen to my monitor? It's gonna tip it right over, right? Um. So that would tell me you've got a cipher issue. You're not sending. Well, it is an encrypted packet. So you have an encryption issue. So either the VPN token isn't qualified between the two devices, or you've got two different encryption keys on the two devices. The one is, my assumption would be one is using an outdated encryption key. So I would double check and make sure you've got identical. You'd have to use an MD hash to verify that they're the same. Because that's what I'm seeing there tells me that you've likely got a key error, an encryption key error. What do you think? Should we buy that Bronco?
Yeah. Could you also buy that
You want to buy the Volvo and the Bronco?
Yeah.
I don't know if we have that much space at the garage. But this will give us a lot of fun things to play with next time we come in, huh?
Yeah.
Garage. Alright, let's do our last barn find. Yes, return without parts.
Imagine that we had a power outage right here.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good. Alright, so the other two are probably on the hoist, right?
Let's get the mater on the hoist.
I thought we had... Didn't we buy 5 cars, or did we just buy these 3?
I think we only bought those 4.
Alright. Let's put him on this hoist here.
I was gonna do the mater first.
I know, the mater can hang out. Mater's fine. So we got space for one more car, and then we can put the others in the parking space if we need to. Because I think we've got one more barn we can go check out. And let's see what we've got. Another DeLorean!
Another one!
How much do you want for this lump of turd? 41? What? Ah.
No.
Let's see if it's all complete. That has got the V6 in it, doesn't it? Well, it says it's a V8. Oh, it's that V8. Okay.
The idler roller was at 11%.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's in some pretty hard shape. It's missing a valve cover.
This car has definitely seen better days.
I've seen better days. Do we want to do another DeLorean project?
Sure.
I mean, we bought 4 of these things the last time from auction, and we put 2 good ones together and sold the other one as a rolling chassis. This one's really not in that good a shape. This one's pretty hammered.
12% for the front shock.
This is that's for the front cross member. This is what I'm saying. This thing's pretty hammered, son.
Front hubcap is at 12%.
This thing is in sorry shape.
And it has no muffler, no nothing.
I mean, body-wise, we could probably do up the body. How much is this? It's 41. Estimated car value upgraded is 33. I mean, we might be able to make a little bit of money off if we were to make it a rolling chassis, but no, I don't think this is a good one to go with. See, this is saying V6.
No, it has V6 parts in it. And
But we could upgrade it to the V8, right?
Yeah.
We already have one of those, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a hard pass on that one. It's in pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's a Lincoln. Is this an actual Lincoln Continental? Or is this just their Zephyr style? This looks like this is their Zephyr style. Which there was actually a Lincoln Zephyr. How many miles are on this thing? 146,000, huh? 17. Body's in good shape. That engine looks pretty rough, but actually it's mostly there. Pretty much the engine and the
Almost all of the muffler system and the
yeah,
exhaust.
exhaust is I'm not worried about exhaust. Exhaust is easy.
It's the engine and the tires.
We're missing some suspension parts though. There's a lot of the suspension that's missing. Because look, we're missing the upper and lower control arms. We're missing the shocks. We're missing the outer tie rods.
We're missing the shock absorbers.
The cross member here is missing bushings.
Do we want to buy this?
I don't know. I'm looking at that Mitsubishi back there in the corner, thinking maybe we should do that Mitsubishi.
For some reason, Mitsubishi sounds like a cuss.
Well, it may sound like a cuss word, but it's not.
It's a vehicle.
If I had one of these that had a better motor and transmission, I'd buy this because the body's in really decent shape.
What if there's a car out there literally called the something BITCH?
Well, there probably is. I mean, this thing's missing wheels. It's missing parts of the interior are gone. It's missing a door on that side. Yeah, there's too much wrong with that one.
But this Mitsubishi.
Yeah. Body-wise, everything's here for this Mitsubishi. It's got some wheel problems. Looks like it's got 4 wheels over here. It's got the 2.2 liter engine, which actually isn't in too bad a shape. It's I'm seeing a lot of 50s. But that's just the outside of it. We don't know what the inside's like. But this is the most complete vehicle here out of all of them that we've looked at so far. I think we may take this Mitsubishi.
But I want you to work on that Lincoln or something.
You want me to take the stinking Lincoln?
Yeah. I mean, it's named after an awesome character.
Awesome character. What character is that?
Link. Duh.
I don't think it's named after Link, son. I think it's named after President Lincoln.
Dun 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 dun. What if that's what Lincoln wrote in?
Well, I'm sure a few presidents have ridden in those.
Lincoln and
That thing's got
some other car company are working on very president-looking cars.
See, all the interior and stuff's there. All the fenders are there. How many miles are on this thing? 97. We can make a fairly decent profit on that. Yeah.
99%. How
That's
did you get 99%?
it's just the condition of the car, son. That's why I'm more interested in this than I am the other ones. Alright, so you want to take this car and the
that
Mitsubishi. You don't... Well, we've decided the DeLorean's too much work.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all... Body-wise, they're all complete, but... Alright, let's take the Stinkin' Rinkin. We'll put this one at the shop. Yeah, that DeLorean was just too expensive.
Wait, what if we just sell the car as it is?
We'd lose money. This guy has got to go to the parking.
How would we lose money if we sold the car without repairing it?
I'll show you.
Black screen. Black screen.
Well, I think we're coming up on the end of our stream anyway, because we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Yeah, it's 9:48. We're almost there. What? Unable to open Samsung. What?
Please don't block the entrance.
Do not block garage gate. See, we're fine. All right. Why is that beacon on? Let's run this thing over to the car wash.
I'm going through the wash.
Alright, what's our conditions? 74 on the interior, 81 body, 78 if frame, 31 parts. Wow. Ah, it was a little more of a kick to the teeth than what I wanted. Let's see what its real color is.
Black.
How'd you know it was black?
Because when you were looking in the car files, it shows its factory color. And
You weren't supposed to cheat. It's supposed to be a big surprise.
I don't care.
Alright, interior is 74. Let's see if we improve the interior by giving it a detail. Because the interior was pretty dusty. Look at that. 83 on the interior, baby.
Cool.
Now, if we go in here, since we increased the interior, we'll now make $5,000 off of it if we were to turn around and sell it. Because before, if we would have tried to sell it without doing the interior work, we would have been negative. See, let me show you. Let's do it with another car. Let's put you back... Entrance C. And let's look at our Mustang here. So,
Let's look at
our Mustang, if we turn around and sell it right now, we could make $2,000 off of it. Okay? Our interior's 87. Our bodies, God, this thing's actually in a lot better shape than I thought. Alright, let's kick you over to the car wash.
I'm going through the wash. Ooh, I like the color of this one.
Ooh, see, that fender's different.
But I like that limeish, greenish.
That fender is not in very good shape. Let's see what it increased it. See our value just went up?
How does washing it increase the value?
Because it makes it look taken care of. Look at the wobble on that door.
Oh,
Jeez. Okay, what's our interior at? Our interior is at 87. I don't think we're going to get too much improvement off of the detailing. You know, we could probably just polish up the outside and turn around and sell this car. Ooh, it went up 1%. So, now that went up 1%. Look, we gained $300. Just doing a wash and detail, we gained $1,300.
And putting the interior up 1%, we got $300.
Right?
How does that make sense? I don't like the...
Because people look at the interior and say, oh, the interior's been very well kept up.
Fair point. This is one of the older Mustangs. I
This is one of the older rust stains. Yes, this is very much one of the older rust stains.
I like the older rust stains. The older rust stains.
Rust stain. But this is their fake version. This is the Salem Spectre.
Wait, you just got negative.
Yeah, because I took all the body parts off.
Oh.
So if we were to sell it now, that's how much we'd get out of it if we were to sell it now.
Negative 6,000.
So we come in here, and we pound out these body panels. Now look at how much it cost us to repair this body panel, okay? It was 40 before. It's another 40, so that's a total of 80. Okay. And this is 19.
Oh, you gain money.
And then that's going to be 16. Actually, it's taking money away because that's what we're spending. Okay, this is how much we're spending to repair it. So we spent just a little under 100 on that one part. If we were to buy these new, they're like 400 or 500.
This one's gonna have a lot of red. Not as much red as our other stuff.
There. Now. License plate. The windows are okay. That's still okay. 75. Maybe we should get 2 new plates for it. What do you think?
Yeah. Let's get some less outdated plates.
Yeah, let's get 2 new plates for it.
Let's put some Utah plates on there. Come
Utah?
on.
You want some
Yeah,
Utah plates?
Utah.
What?
Utah.
Alright.
Utah rocks.
There's 2 Utah plates for you. Let's come in here real quick. I want to see.
Start salvaging.
I don't want to salvage. There are no items to upgrade.
What is a salving
Well,
table?
let's try and salvage these plates then. Just how many salvage points we get from them. Alright. I'm going to stop there.
Does that mean you take the parts apart?
Yeah, well what I can do now is I can come in with some engine parts and stuff and improve those and make those look spectacular. Alright, so we've got that on there.
The door's not bent anymore.
I know, because we fixed it.
Amazing what bodywork can do.
Now we spent probably just a little under $500 on bodywork to fix all those body parts.
That fender is looking a lot more better.
That fender looks 100% better. Alright, now we put on our plates. Bling! What was that?
My drink.
What? Hey. Come back here.
Come back here, drink.
Alright. So now let's see how much this car's worth. Look at that. We spent just a little under $500 repairing all those parts, and we gained $2,000. Now, if we go paint this, do you think it'll go up or go down?
Go up.
I bet it's going to stay exactly the same because I have found that when you paint these things, it doesn't seem to make any difference. But let's see, because we are at, what are we at on the sale for this thing here? We're at 5,135. Okay, let's
Write that down.
I can remember it. We're at 5135. We want to paint it the same color, or do we want to go with a different color? That's a pretty red.
Look at that dark red.
What about that gray? What about that green?
Let's look at that dark red and that one.
Well, see, that red there and this red here are pretty much the same.
What about that one?
This one?
Ooh, I like that.
Got a little more orange to it.
Yeah.
I think we'll go with this color.
Let's tint the windows.
Okay, we spent $1,000 to paint this thing. Let's see if it was worth the $1,000.
No, let's tint the windows.
Well, let's see what we get out of it here. Yeah, see, it didn't change the price. So we just lost $1,000 painting this thing. But look at how pretty that looks now, though.
That is really pretty. I like the, honestly, I like the red over that.
Yeah, the red looks a lot better than that yellow, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Plus that fender doesn't look ugly anymore.
No, well, yeah, because we fixed the fender. So we could go ahead and turn around and sell this thing as a rolling chassis, not making any improvements to this engine, right? Not doing any repair work to the transmission.
I kind of want to repair so that it runs better.
Well, right now it doesn't run at all, son. This is a non-running car. This is what we call a rolling chassis, because it doesn't run. You know what? I think we're going to cut our losses and sell this car. What do you think?
No.
No? You think we should continue to work on it?
Yeah.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We'll leave it in the paint booth for now. All right. What color do you think the Bronco's going to be? I bet it's going to be gray with a green hood.
Same with you. Not gonna lie. Or green with a green hood.
Let's see. It's currently negative $1,490, so we'd lose money if we sold it as it is. So, let's wash it. And we have green hood, gray car. Green hood, gray car. Look at that.
Like I said, same with you.
And what's our interior rating on this thing? 81.
Let's give it a redetail. Why do you move your mouse so slightly and your mouse goes and your bot and your person goes flying?
Because it's fun. 86.
We went up.
We went up, but
6%.
and we only are going to gain $15 if we were to sell it now. So this thing's gonna need considerable work to get it to profitability. That radiator is cooked. Because you told me to!
Oh, right.
I think Nora's watching us too.
Oh.
Wow, those tires are...
Well, then why don't you give Dad a favor and watch while you play Skyrim?
Because she doesn't want to. Those tires are pretty much cooked. I bet if we were to slap some new rubber on this thing, get it running, we could turn around and sell it.
I don't know why I'm stabbing my drink vigorously.
Because you're bored out of your freaking gourd. Please don't. The last thing I need is water everywhere.
Okay, fair.
Ah, it's 10 o'clock. We need to go to bed, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some spark plug and ignition coil problems.
Why not we leave it here?
What?
Let's stop here.
Stop here?
Let's leave it.
What?
For a surprise.
What? You don't want to see if we can get this thing running?
Let's do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, all right, fine. I'll do it tomorrow.
Let's
Let's
keep
do
it-
everything you want to do.
Let's keep it a surprise for now. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. We're going to call it a night. Thanks for joining. Happy gaming. Have a great weekend. Happy Veterans Day to anyone out there who's a veteran. Or is it? Is it Veterans Day? I forgot what day it is. It is Veterans Day. Yeah. See, I knew it was a holiday today. Appreciate everyone joining, and you all have a great weekend, guys. Good night, everybody.